All right. We should be live. I'm still checking the feed on my phone. Mine just pops up, always pops up a little slower. All right. Cool. We are live. Here we go. All right. Hey, Shalom out there.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. All right. We are the brothers of Great Millstone, Charlotte, back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And before we get started with this lesson, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right. Back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. This lesson is entitled Another Component of the Beast System, Smart Cities in Full Control. All right. And got a couple articles here in a video clip that we want to get into just to show you that we're in that transition of this man implementing this this beast system. As you can see on the screen, all these bullet points tie into this draconian beast system that's getting ready to dominate the world, man. You know, all systems are go. All right, all the nations are pretty much tied into this thing, man. This is a global system that's being implemented right under the people's nose, and we're here once again screaming upon the mountaintops and letting Jake know what's getting ready to happen. That his life is going to change. All right, your day to day, your how you normally live. You know, we're in that process of the change, man. So as you can see here, the beast system, one world government, one world religion, artificial intelligence, all these things are in play as we speak. Digital currency, the CBDCs, which is all going to lead to the MOTB, the CHIP, social credit scores, personalized QR codes for identification, eventually leads to the MOTB, 15-minute cities, right? And this is what we're going to tap into, because this, once again, these are all components to this one system. All right, 15-minute cities, food rationing, lab-grown babies, modified DNA, transhumanism, lab-grown meat, etc., etc. All right. So here it is as we get into this thing. Matter of fact, before we get into the video clip, let's just read this article here. All right, and then we'll get into it. So this is from News Target here. This came out back in March 31st, 2023. It says critics warn of a dragnet of surveillance as U.S. pushes ahead with plans for more smart cities. All right. And this is the same concept that they got from China, which is being applied here in America. All right. Full blown surveillance worldwide, smart streetlights, smart cities, smart homes. Right. So it says, let's read down here. It says the U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete, I don't even know how you say his last name, Buttigieg, last week announced $94 million in grant awards to fund 59 smart city technology projects across the country. All right. Despite widespread and mounting pushback against biometric surveillance and control systems associated with smart city technologies and the failure of the U.S. Department of Transportation's DOT previous attempt to grant fund smart city transformation in Columbus, Ohio, Buttigieg told The Verge he thinks, quote, smart city technologies matter more than ever. Cities just need to take a different approach, experimenting with and testing out different technologies first, rather than implementing a grand unified system all at once. All right, because it's all about gradualism. Yep. Right? They just can't bombard people all at once. They're slowly implementing all these points in. That's all the components of this beast system, as we've been seeing. Right? It says the new grants, part of strengthening mobility and revolutionizing transportation smart grants program, are the first round of $500 million in funding that will be awarded for smaller smart mobility projects over the next 5 years, authorized under the 2021 bipartisan infrastructure law. All right, read a little bit more. It says, in this funding round, DOT awarded SMART grants for a range of projects, including drone surveillance or delivery, smart traffic signals, connected vehicles, autonomous vehicles, smart grid development, intelligent sensors, and other Internet of Things infrastructure. Some cities, including Los Angeles, LA, received multiple grants. And I'll read this last paragraph here, or these last two paragraphs here. It says smart city development typically focus on the implementation of technologies like the Internet of Things, 5G, cloud, and edge computing, and biometric surveillance to track, manage, control, and extract profit from an array of urban processes. It's all about total control, as we've been warning you, man.
Yep. And if I can add real quick, I just looked up what the word SMART means, and it says SMART. It's an acronym that stands for measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Because, like you said, it's all about tracking what everybody is doing and limiting you to whatever the elites, the ones that control society, will allow you to do, man.
Right? Exactly. And it's all tied to the Internet of Things, man. All right. Everything is going to be tied to what? The beast system.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I had a quick precept, if I may.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Yep.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And this is another snare that these elites, all right, the house of Edom is preparing to lay out for the masses of people. All right.
That's it.
Verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay, because this ambition of the Edomite hegemony, as the brother had just went into that definition, is to pretty much bottleneck all of you people into doing what the elites want you to do.
Exactly.
Which isn't of anything of benefit to you at the end of the day. You're just going to become a complete slave.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. We're going to get into it. Go ahead, priest. Go ahead, Salakia.
That when you go into that word deep in that verse, it means unsearchable, because these damn devils have done tons of research to figure out how to pretty much, control society. So these smart cities is just like you brought out in that meme, is one integral part of the beast system that they're going to bring to pretty much control you people. Because I went on Google, I found this part. It says, what is the origin of the term smart city? And this is from onekeyresources.milwaukeetool.com. It says, whatever the name of this IBM CEO, I can't pronounce it. It says, urges the construction of smarter cities to starve off climate change and economic instability. Now, you hear these different reasons of why they say this type of technology is needed. But really, when you get into it, it's all for control, man. All right, to make you people give up your autonomy, all right, your rights, your so-called freedom, so that you can be a cog in Esau's system, man. You know.
I wanted to look up this word real quick. Authoritarianism, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Authoritarianism.
Authoritarianism, Salakia. All right, but the definition, just to add on what you were saying, Priest Amawan, it says a form of government in which the governing body has absolute or almost absolute control. Mm-hmm. Typically, this control is maintained by force, and little heed is paid to public opinion or the judicial system, right? Because it's not you're not going to have any rights. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to have freedom of speech, right? This is a new world system that's being implemented here. All right, so just adding on to what the priest was saying. Oh, you were saying something, Mark? Somebody saying something?
Yeah, I got one more for you. Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless, man. All right. So these devils are literally putting in play under their laws and their regulations to pretty much, like Taliban just said, man, to bottleneck you people into total subjection, man. All right. When you read this in the NLT, it says, "What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws," because as we've been going into, these self-appointed leaders over at the WEF, all right, they are taking it upon themselves to tell you of the way that the world needs to be ran. But like we said, nobody put you in the authority to give these orders out. So how can you sit there and say that the world needs to go in this direction when it's coming finding out you're the ones behind all the problems that's leading up to your so-called solution, man?
That's right. Right?
Verse 2 in the NLT.
That's right.
They deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people. They prey on widows and take advantage of orphans, which goes back to that definition of authoritarianism that you brought out, man. All right, to pretty much control and take away all the rights of the people. You know, it's the elite, the 1% are going to be the ones that have the say so, and everybody else is just going to be, a slave to their whim, man.
That's it. Like it says here, definition 2, a form of government in which the ruler is an absolute dictator, not restricted by a constitution or laws or opposition, etc. This is why another reason why they're getting rid of the so-called constitution. Yep. Right? Everything that's being implemented so far is, as you hear these Edomites say, it's a violation in the Constitution, because, as we said, that Constitution is nothing but a piece of paper, and Esau, he's going to wipe his ass with that Constitution. That holds no power, no weight. All right. So as we're seeing, they're doing away with the old system and they're bringing in the new. And these are all the components that tie into it. All right. You have something up?
Yeah, I just wanted to pull up that word constitution. In the etymology, it goes into order. Mm-hmm. So just as Zaquan has said, they're reestablishing this order to enter into a new one. So that old order is done away with at this time. When all of these constitution thumpers, they get all upset. Well, you have to understand that Constitution laid out an order on how you were to live, and that's done away with at this time.
Right, because you have the Rothschilds, the elites, mostly, all right, but they had that saying. It was like, I care. What do you say?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Baba Kashah, because I got this definition. Because really, what all this is just the ultimate form of capitalism. And when you go into what capitalism means, it says an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit. And that's what the elites ultimately are doing with the world, making everything to where they have the say so on what is being done and what's not done, man.
Yep.
That's right.
This is the quote that Priest Armawon was referencing. Quoted Mayor Amschel Rothschild, "Give me control of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws."
Right. So like you were saying with the Constitution, they wipe their ass with it because they're the ones that pretty much they can change whatever they want. They control whoever put what on the book. That's why, like we always talk about, these presidents that you Jakes go down to every 4 years and vote for, they're not more than puppets that Esau uses to bring in, all right, their constitutions, man. The brother Mahar sent me a video from TikTok earlier, which go into just showing you that these people are pawns. Biden, when you go into what his name means backwards, pull that up real quick. It says, we'll get right to the point. The word Biden, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it says a sower of corrupt seed, tiller of the earth in the Hebrew. All right, when you say his name backwards, and he is pretty much, being used to bring in that new world order system, man. This whole thing, he's the one signing off for the smart cities, the CBDC, the V words. He's a pawn being used along with these other presidents and politicians to bring forward what the elites want, man.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna finish this last paragraph and we're gonna get into the video real quick. Bear with me. Where are we at? Here we go. So this last paragraph here, okay. It says Whitney Webb, an investigative journalist and smart cities critic, said the smart city infrastructure is meant to facilitate the development of cities, quote, micromanaged by technocrats via an encompassing system of mass surveillance and a vast array of Internet of Things devices that provide a constant and massive stream of data that is analyzed by artificial intelligence, right? And that's another thing when it comes to these this smart technology. Everything is data is being harvested, you know. So these devils, they know your movements, they know your patterns, they know everything about you. What you look at on the internet is all being harvested in a database, man. All right. This is a welcome to the new world. So anyway, go ahead. Appreciate something.
I was gonna say that's why they gave everybody social media, so they could see, you know, the interests of the people, man.
That's right. That's right. So let's get into it, man. This video here is from Glenn Beck, who was formerly a Fox News talk host. You know what I'm saying? But now he has his little podcast, and we're gonna basically land back off some of the stuff he's bringing out, because we told you niggas out there, man. We're gonna say it like that. We told you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And see, the thing is with Jake, they don't want to listen. They don't want to hear until an Edomite says something. So let's listen to what this Edomite says, and we're just gonna land back in the spirit, you know.
Last night I talked about the war on land, on fuel, all of it. Food. What is happening with our food is outrageous. And I'm going to give you some things here that you will not believe. In about 8 minutes, you will say, no way that's true. You're going to have to look it up, and I'll give you the address and everything else. Okay. Right now, 40% of farmland in America, 40, is owned by Americans over 65. Our farmers are dying out. So farmland, 40% of it is going to go up for sale soon. Okay. And the way everything is structured, the farmers' families usually can't afford to keep the farm when mom and dad die. So that means 370 million acres are going to come up of farmland, good American farmland, going to come up for sale soon. Now, the prices of farmland is skyrocketing for some reason. I mean, who wants farmland? You know, the best and fastest way to become a millionaire as a farmer is start with 2 million. Okay. You're guaranteed to have $1 million probably by the end of the year. It's a losing prospect. It is hard work, and you need good communities around you. So why is farmland prices going up? Well, a couple of reasons. COVID, people are like, yeah, I just want to be, you know, someplace other than California. And so then they buy, we'll raise chickens and we'll have eggs and maybe we'll have a goat. And the first winter and the first harvest, they're like, and they run back someplace in the city. A few months ago, a farm in Iowa sold for $25,000 per acre. To say that land prices are skyrocketing is an understatement. So who is buying all of the farmland? Well, BlackRock buying up record-shattering amounts of homes. For farms, it's people like Bill Gates. Now, I don't know about you, but Bill Gates buying up 300,000 acres spread out. Remember, 40% of the farmlands, 40% owned by 65 and up. 40%. How many acres did I say that was? 370 million. 40%, 370. How many acres does Bill Gates have now? He's approaching 300 million acres. So
that's a lot of fucking land, man. All right. And you got to understand. So as this is happening, right, these elitists, they're preparing to starve you out, man. They're gonna completely control the food supply. All right. This is real. This is the real deal, Jake. All right. This is happening. Why people think it's a joke, a conspiracy, all this shit. These devils are really doing this. All right. I got a couple scriptures. Real quick, I should have brought this out earlier. I could bring it out now. This is Isaiah 32:7. And it reads, it says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. All right. Churl going back to evil, low down and deceitful. It says the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak of right. Would you say, priest?
I wanted to speak on that. The instruments of his churl are evil, because churl also goes mischievous devices too, and a part of the mischievous devices dealing with Gil Bates. He is buying up all the farmland so that he can produce crops that have the juice in it, man. Like he has that the brand, it starts with an A, I can't think of the name of it, but they want to get people, juiced up. So he's putting that shit up in the food now, man. And slowly these stores are being introduced into his crop, man. His crops.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I got another one. This is the book of this is Ezekiel 7:14. It reads, it says, they have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to battle. And the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Shai are blowing the trumpet, man. All right. We're clearly giving you the warnings as you're hearing in this video from Glenn Beck. You can see the perplexity in his spirit. Like he can't believe that this is really happening. All right. But this is all scripture. It says, they have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Verse 15, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. All right, these are the judgments of the Lord. Let me get one more. All right, because the Lord, man, he's not playing. He's using his left hand, all right, the elites of Esau, to implement these very judgments. All right, this is Ezekiel 5. I want to get that real quick. Ezekiel 5 and Ezekiel 5:16, and it reads, it says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which it says, in which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. All right. So the Lord is using these devils to orchestrate this famine, man. Many people are going to starve out here. Okay. And this is all part of the squeeze, as Tazwan was bringing out, man, because eventually once they take full control of the food supply, they're going to ration it out. And it's going to be by the means of you getting certain devices put in your body in order for you to eat, buy and sell, and etc. Yeah. Right. So let's go on.
I got a quick one if I can.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's Tobit chapter 4 and verse 14. It reads, let not the wages of any man which wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him out of thine hand, for if thou serve the Most High, he will also repay thee. The point, be circumspect, my son, in all things thou doest, and be wise in all thy conversation. So like what we're doing right now is being circumspect, understanding the will ultimately of Yahweh Shem Shai, but what he's using these devils for, man, right? None of these things are happening for coincidence. Like the elder mentioned, that famine is being constructed, at the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, using, Kill Bates and all these other elitists, to make these purchases to starve the people out, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
He's gonna he's slowly but surely moving everybody into the areas that they want them to, because we look at Maui as an example of what Esau has done, because that land now that got melted by that weapon, that they said they want that to be a smart city hub, man. That's the reason why that place went up in the flames. But then you had over here in the America, all right, where you had all these different chemical spills from those trains, all right, because they're gonna have it to where, like you mentioned, the elites own certain parts of the world, and it's only getting more and more bigger in their control as we get closer to that new world order being established. So you got the question, you got all this empty land, where the people going to be at, like Glenn Beck's going to go into later on in this video. They're all going to be in these smart cities being controlled, man, while the elites have all these lands to themselves, man. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith, right? This damn devil, man, he is why he is. When you really learn why he's doing what he's doing, is because he's the devil, man. And we understand that more and more as the Lord reveals these things unto us. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right, this nigga is everywhere trying to steal everybody's land, their resources. He who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's essentially what this lesson is going into, man. How this devil wants to put everybody as a slave in his new world order system, man. You know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Up 40%. How many acres did I say that was? 370 million. 40%, 370. How many acres does Bill Gates have now? He's approaching 300 million acres. So that's kind of disturbing. One guy owning another 40% of our farmland, if these numbers are right, that's.
Can you pause that real quick, too?
The guy who believes in, you know.
He's talking about just Bill Gates. You got to remember Monsanto, too. All right, and we went into camp a few weeks ago how Monsanto get down. All right, where they'll plant crops near a farmer's property that didn't want to play ball with them, and when the wind blows their crops onto that farmer's land, they'll come over to them like, "Look, you have our property on your property, so now your property belongs to us, man." You know, so they're taking away everybody's stuff, man.
Yep.
Record shattering amounts of homes. For farms, it's people like Bill Gates. Now, I don't know about you, but Bill Gates buying up 300,000 acres spread out. Remember, 40% of the farmlands, 40% owned by 65 and up. 40%. How many acres did I say that was? 370 million. 40%, 370. How many acres does Bill Gates have now? He's approaching 300 million acres. So that's kind of disturbing. One guy owning another 40% of our farmland, if these numbers are right, that's terrifying, especially a guy who believes in, you know what? We shouldn't have cattle. We shouldn't have milk. And, you know, I can genetically fix these animals because I am God.
And that's the spirit, right? And we keep bringing this article out, but it's the spirit, right? What has been the boast of these top devils, right? They openly came out. You goddamn pop-ups, I tell you, man. They've openly came out and said, what? We're gods. If you stand in our way, you will die. They're openly declaring it. It's not a joke. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's none of that, man. You see what I'm saying? So they're telling you he's lifted himself up in his heart. Okay? This is happening, Jake. Going back to this article here real fast that we brought out here. It's from the American First Report. It says, from the thing to climate change, vehicles for global, how you say that word out?
Authoritarianism.
Authoritarianism. Full control, man. This is where it's going. Okay?
So more disturbingly, this is the guy who approved Clippy.
Yes.
The little paperclip that would give you recommendations on what to do in Microsoft Office.
So I totally support Bill Gates in his little farmer expedition. He's going to be a good farmer. Anyway.
You think he's done a lot of farming? You think Bill has been out in the fields?
Oh, sure. Yeah, he knows what he's
with
doing.
the hoe?
37.6 million acres of U.S. farm and ranch land now held under foreign ownership. 37.6 million acres. They've doubled down recently, buying land in Oklahoma, Texas, Colorado. 40% growth rate in just 2020. One Chinese government-linked group bought farmland near Grand Forks Air Force Base in North Dakota. No problem there. No problem. Not really seriously. Former member of the Chinese Communist Red Army bought land near Laughlin Air Force Base here in Texas. The windmill project that he's doing gives the Chinese yet another dangerous location next to a sensitive military base. Buyers from communist China bought 6.1 billion acres of farmland here in the U.S. By farm, it's more than any other foreign buyer, but it's just the Chinese, communist government that's doing it. What could possibly go wrong? By the way, an update. I said this last night. Ron DeSantis is the only guy that would do this. He needs to ban China from buying farmland. And guess what he did yesterday? Yeah, he's banning China from buying farmland. Where are you, Texas? Where are you? Okay, so you're seeing that our farmland is being put into the hands of either our enemies, like Bill Gates, or the Chinese. So what are you going to do? Bill Gates, 300 million acres.
1,000, isn't it? 300,000 acres? You said 300 million.
300 million. Is it 300,000? Let me look at it.
300,000 acres,
Bill
I think it is.
300,000?
Mhm.
Okay. It's a lot better.
acres.
Still, yeah, it's a lot of acres, but much better than 300 million. Okay, 300,000 acres. So he's got all this farmland. You know where he's going. He is fully with the World Economic Forum, okay? So the World Economic Forum, what do they want to do? Well, they want to control the land. They want to control the food. They want to control the energy. They want to control the money. Well,
Ooh, hold on. Come on, man. Hey, let's get the scripture. Hold on. We'll continue to play it. You already know where I'm going, Isaiah 19. All right. The scripture keeps coming out because this is prophecy. Isaiah 19 and verse 4, and it reads, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah host." All right, so the Lord is using his left hand, the elite, all right, to squeeze out society, to control the food, the money, the resources. Right, this shit gonna get real, man. People really think that this is not happening. Okay, this is part of the new system, the transition that's being implemented, Jake. All right.
if you do all of those things, you control you. Now, I'm going to take you to something, to the World Economic Forum, their own website. They have a section on smart cities. Oh, this is a really smart city. Like, I don't know, like Chicago, very smart. So the smart cities are the way to get all of our problems under control, because their plan is to force everybody into cities and leave the land alone. Remember, they have to, by 2030, and Biden's already done this, he's going to preserve 30% of all land in America. No humans will be on it. By 2050, it's 50% of all land. So where do the people go? The people all have to go into cities, but they'll be smart cities. Now, I want you to go to the World Economic Forum's website, and I want you to look this up for yourself, because you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. But it's there currently in black and white. So you decide who's the conspiracy theorist and who is actually lying to you. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. You go
real quick. Hey, give me 2 Ezra 15 about the incredulity. This is what we're talking about, man. Right? But you hard-headed Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics are not listening. Right? That's why we say, if you don't believe, who gives a damn? All right? Your disbelief is insignificant. This shit is happening. Whether you want to turn a blind eye to it or whether you want to deal with the reality. This thing is going down via the will of Yahweh by Shemel Rashai, man.
That's right.
All right.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 4. Salakia, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right. So it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against us, man. So we can give a shit of you talking about, oh, we bugged out, or this is just another seed theory, fear mongering, right? We're not going to let your incredulity trouble us, man, because we got the truth. We've been telling you the truth, man. This is Bible prophecy. These things are coming to pass, but Jake just wants to act like, shit ain't happening. It's not going to play out in that manner. No, this is going down, Jake. And time is running out. Okay? Can you read me the next verse out?
Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. That's plain, straight to the point, man. So if you don't believe, that's on you, right? Just remember, you were warned first. All right?
Right.
What you got anything, bro? Somebody was adding in there? Go ahead.
One more verse.
Ezekiel. Oh, can't go ahead.
One more verse. Verses 15 and 5. Just adding to the points that Quan had made. This is all the will of the Lord. Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay. So this is all being orchestrated, whether these people here are forbidden.
Right.
All by the pretense and will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Sure.
Cornerwalk, you got it.
Okay. It's Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do not send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them. So whether they listen and believe or whether they, forsake it, keep it moving, man. Right? It's that blood's off our hands. We've been commanded to warn from the coming calamities, and that's what we're doing. Whether you believe it or not, it's of no consequence to us, right? All we do is give you this message, give you this forecast, and then the Lord will open your spirit up. It would be His will, man.
That's right. And like the elders say all the time, where are the other camps at that are supposed to be breaking this stuff down, warning you about this system that's being implemented? Why are nobody else talking about this besides us? Right? Meanwhile, you got other camps talking about grape, talking about fucking marriages. You see what I'm saying? How to make it here in America. Nobody is really warning you about the judgments and the prophecies that's happening, man. Right. All these other camps are just talking about shit that don't matter. Okay? Here it is. This thing is being presented in your face and nobody's saying nothing, man.
Precept.
You got it.
Bring it out, brother. Bring it out. Second Chronicles 36 and 15. And the Lord power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against them till there was no remedy. Now get this in the NLT. It says the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the power of their ancestors, repeatedly sent his prophets to warn them. And we've been constant with the same message for years, starting with the elders and apostles, warning you on this beef system taking place, man. All right. And these people still don't, the Lord has been sending us out here for years upon years, man. And these people do not want to hear it. They can see it, but then they still don't want, they refuse to believe it though, man. It says, right. For he had compassion on his people and his temple, but the people mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised their words. They scoffed at the prophets until the Lord's anger could no longer be restrained and could nothing be done. All right. So these people are going to continue to deny it. All right, because it's coming from us. But like you said, when Esau is bringing it out, now everybody wants to perk their ears up, though, man. All right, and that's why the Lord's going to destroy these niggas, man.
That's right.
So you decide who's the conspiracy theorist and who is actually lying to you. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. You go to the World Economic Forum, you look up their smart cities, and you're going to see what is planned for you. Now, they have all kinds of partners all over the world. One of them is the Arup Group, A-R-U-P, the Arup Group. They have their own section on the WEF website, okay? They're a progressive group that got together in Britain right after World War II, and they were like, hey, we can do a lot of things. You know, these Fabian socialists, they got a lot of great ideas. Why don't we start building things and building a community of tomorrow? So very progressive minded, and they want to be a source and a force for peace and social betterment, which I look for in a construction company. Don't you? I mean, I'm like, yeah, but how? I mean, how is it with earthquakes and stuff? Social betterment. Did we say social betterment? Okay, good.
Same reason I go to NASA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, you go to NASA to learn about the Muslim community
And how much they know about math.
Right. Okay, so from the World Economic Forum, let's put page 40 up. There it is. Now I love this. Now, this is a whole section on, look, we've got some pretty big goals to hit, and we got to hit them. So how do we build these smart cities, and what do we need people to do by 2030? Now, they have some pretty aggressive goals, and some of them are up there. And they look, I mean, if you're watching Blaze TV, you'll see them up from the website itself. But let me give it to you just in case you're not watching, because gosh darn it, these stats are a little sticky. So food. They need to reduce the emissions of food by 2030. So their target by 2030 is you will only have 16 kilograms of meat per year. Now, their aggressive target for 2030 is that you have 0 kilograms of meat. I'm telling you what they're doing to the farmers and the ranchers, what the 4 big food processors are doing. They're driving them out of business, so you can't have any local ranchers growing meat because they're getting rid of meat. Listen to Klaus Schwab, who says by 2030.
And I want to say this too. There's been articles and sources that have said, you know, you have independent farmers or whatever the case is, and you've been having the government pretty much run up on them, you know, to get them to shut their whole operation down, you know, get rid of the farm, kill off the crops, the animals. This is happening, right?
Meat will be rich. And
say again.
So I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Going into that, this is Joel chapter 1:16. Is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Yea, joy and gladness from the house of our power. Because like I said, Esau is trying to make it to where the common folk, they're still going to eat meat. This is just talking about for the rest of the world.
That's right.
They're going to cut off meat. All right. It says, verse 17, the seed is rotten under their clods. Their garners are laid desolate, and their barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. All right. How they're destroying the crops, man. Okay. In the NOT, verse 17, the seeds die in the parched ground, and the grain crops fail. The barns stand empty, and granaries are abandoned because they're trying to, you know, starve out the people, man. So we're literally seeing the famine being orchestrated before our eyes, man.
Yep, I got a precept. 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22, and it reads, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Mm-hmm. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? That's your grocery stores, all right? They're going to be suddenly found empty, all right? Famine. Trucks are not going to deliver food no more, merchandise, none of that, okay? It said, and this is going to lead to what? Famine and riots. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which that trumpet once again being tied back to the prophets. All right. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. All right. So you're gonna have civil war, you're gonna have civil unrest, man. All right, you're gonna have lawlessness, Jacob's trouble, sedition, all right, calamity. This is what it's all being led to. Okay, so let's play on.
Being rid of meat. Listen to Klaus Schwab, who says by 2030, meat will be for the rich and very wealthy for special occasions only. You with that? Again, on their own website, 16 kilograms, that's all you can have of meat. Right now, the dairy consumption, milk or derivative equivalent, so cheeses and everything else, they're hoping that you will only have 90 kilograms of that, but their aggressive, ambitious target for 2030 is 0. Now remember, they need you to live like we lived in the pandemic, except without the nice stuff that you might have had, like cheese and milk and meat in the pandemic. You'll be required to only have 2,500 calories a day. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I could live on 2,500 calories a day. I really don't like the fact, maybe it's because I've studied so much about the Holocaust, and when governments and institutions start regulating calories, makes me think of the Holocaust a little bit, but maybe that's just me. Now, when it comes to clothing is a problem, okay? We have too many clothes and I've watched television. I don't think we have enough clothes, quite frankly. Lizzo comes to mind. So their progressive target for 2030 is that people will only be allowed to have 8 new clothing items per person per year. But they really are shooting for 3. So, comrade, you could have a new shirt, a new pair of pants, and maybe some socks. Merry Christmas. We'll begin to go, oh, thank God, socks for Christmas, thank you. So, no big deal there. On private transportation, their goal is, now, I don't even know the number, they don't include this in here, how many vehicles per 1,000 people? What do you think per 1,000 people? How many vehicles do we currently have, do you think? 500?
Yeah, some of them are kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're thinking...
Bro, this is the devil, man. All right. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. This is the man. Matter of fact, give me my scripture. Psalms 140 verses 1 through 4 real quick. Okay. See, niggas was laughing and ha ha and he and shit ain't funny, man. All right.
Psalms 140, you said start from 1?
Yeah, 1 through 4.
Psalms 140 and 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
Right, which imagine mischiefs, everything that Glenn Beck is bringing out, man. Dealing with the smart cities, dealing with the famine, dealing with the buying of all the acres, the hundreds of thousands of acres of land. You're not going to be able to eat meat. You're only going to have 8 items of clothing. All right. These are those mischievous devices, man. And it said, what did it say about the war part? Read that for me again.
It says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war.
Continually are these devils gathered together for war. This is war, man. And they're openly telling you, this is what we're going to do to you. Yep. Right. Remember, the devil, slob, what did he say? Hey, you shall own nothing and be happy.
Yep.
All right. This is it. Read on, not.
This is the slogan. I'll get this in the NOT real quick. It says, verse 2, those who plot evil in their hearts and stir up trouble all day long. All right, so back in verse 3, it said they have sharpened their tongue like a serpent adder's poison is under their lips, Salah.
Yeah, adder's poison, man, because all of his words, his policies, right, decrees is nothing but poison in the name of what? Climate change, the betterment of humanity. These are all lies, man. The scriptures do tell us that in Psalms, the 10th chapter, that out of his mouth is nothing but cursing, lies, and deceit.
If I could add, just showing you the madness that they're spewing over there in the WEF. It says WEF linked bioethicists call for genetically modifying humans to induce meat intolerance. So they want to change your genetic makeup so that you can't eat meat anymore, man. You know?
Damn.
So back in Psalms 140:4, keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings.
Yeah, keep us from the hands of the wicked, the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings, man. All right? What he's reading here is the decrees to destroy you, man. They actually got the plots and plans on how to get rid of your ass, and it's being read to you aloud. If people don't believe it, people can't perceive this. You know, you got to Carnawal.
Time is Psalm 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? Now, when you read in the NLT, it says, can unjust leaders claim that the Most High is on their side? Leaders whose decrees permit injustice. They gang up against the righteous and condemneth the innocent to death.
Wow.
And that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing happening right now. You know, they're making all these laws, these constitutional amendments, right, in order to come after the people, and their aim is at you Israelites, man.
Exactly. I got two quick ones real quick. This is Psalm 17 and 18. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. Because now we're at the point where these devils are positioning themselves to pretty much, come down upon. Really, it's like Carl said, the Israelites, man. All right, because we are the main target against the New World Order, because they know of us continually prophesying of their downfall, pretty much, man, when Yahushua returns. So this is Psalms 36:11. Let not the foot of let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. Because, hey, the Lord is going to protect the elect. So no matter what these devils are trying to bring in, all right, we're still going to be able to, be protected by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So in that day, all right, the elect is going to eat. All right, the elect going to eat meat in that day, man. The elect going to be able to move around when they cut us off from this system, because of our refusal to take that charagma, man.
That's it. Hey, get them scriptures too. Since you quoted, get that in Isaiah 65. I'm gonna get that one in Psalms 37, because like the Lord said, his servants is gonna eat. Right, mm-hmm. Despite of what you're hearing right now, the Lord gonna take care of his elect, his remnant, man, in the time of trouble. This is Psalms 37 and verse 19, and it reads, it says, I'll start at 17. Psalms 37 and 17, it says, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai upholdeth the righteous. You see, verse 18, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. Verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time. All right. And this is the evil time that we're listening to here in this video. All right. It says, they should not be ashamed in the evil time. Who's the they? The elect. Mm-hmm. It says, and in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. See that? So no matter what this devil does, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to take care of his elect. Bottom line, man. All right. Go ahead, priest.
I got that precept. This is Isaiah 65 and verse 13.
Con.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Ooh.
Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Mm-hmm. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Right. So in the midst of famine, riots, okay, chaos, the Lord is going to sustain his people. He said, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Okay? These judgments that we're listening to is really prepared for 2/3 of our people, the wicked of Israel, man.
Yep.
Right? But the Lord is going to be in the midst, making sure that the remnant, the elect, have food, water, shelter, clothing, that they have that hedge, basically, man.
That mark of exemption.
That's right.
Ezekiel 9:4.
Con.
Con.
So Salakia, go ahead, priest.
I was gonna say I had a precept. You was finished?
And that's the one.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, so in the midst of hearing all these things, there's no reason to fear. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that this is, the straight gate. All right, this is the bitter that we've been telling you about, man. All right, these are the things that these other camps don't really go into. They're not preparing the minds of the followers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for these evil times. All right, go ahead, priest.
I just got one more verse on that, Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65 and 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
You got it.
So as Aquan had made mention of, this is a part of the bitters, right? But the things that we're going to prepare to endure, along with the wicked of our nation, along with the heathen, and we're going to have a very optimistic outlook in these times to come.
That's right.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like, fuck it. We got to pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, keep us in the way. Right. Keep us on that path of the straight gate, and we make it through this place.
Yeah. Because no matter what, like I said, we know the Lord is going to provide for us, man. Like King David said, has he ever seen, a believer in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gone without, roughly paraphrasing? So the Lord,
37:25.
Yeah.
Of course, Psalms 37:25.
Yeah, so the Lord's going to take care of us, man, as long as we continue to believe. I got two quick ones. This is Matthew 6:25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. All right, was that not all what was just said in that little thing that Glenn Beck was reading? All right, so the Lord told us not to worry about none of that, man. He's going to provide all that for us in that day, man. It says, right. It's not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment. All right, the Lord's going to protect us and provide. So one more, this is St. John 6:27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have Yahweh the Father seal, man. All right. So hey, we're gonna be satiated by the spiritual meat that the Lord has given us, man. All right, which is this manna. All right, we're getting fed manna right now, man. So how much more in the day when we actually need that physical meat, man? The Lord's gonna give us that as well, man.
That's right. That's right. The Lord's gonna provide all things. All right. He knows what our needs are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now we just got to endure, the test, the evil times that are approaching.
That's right.
Well, how many vehicles do we currently have, do you think?
I mean,
500?
Yeah, some of them are kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're thinking it's got to be at least 500.
At least 500. They want to reduce that by 2030 to 190 cars per 1,000 people. And their ambitious target is 0 cars per 1,000 people. Oh, by the way, and your 20-year car, the car that should last you about 20 years, they want it to last now 50 years. So we'll all be driving. Oh my gosh, this is starting to sound like Cuba, where the sun is out every day and you can go to the beach whenever you want and try to fashion a craft out of logs and a sail.
There you have it, man. So this is that agenda 2030 madness. And you got to understand, man, we already approaching, 2024. Lord willing, we don't make it to that far. But, 6 years is not that far away. All right, especially as we've been seeing the Lord amping up the time, things are being sped up, as the prophecy told us in Matthew 24 verses 22. Yeah. The Lord, he will speed the days up for the very elect, because if he didn't, no flesh should be saved. You see what I'm saying? So these things, that's why through the Spirit, Elder Apostle Tahar, coined this year, the hopeful year that all these prophecies come to pass, because everything is amplified. Everything is speeding up, man. We're in a time of salvation and destruction. You see what I'm saying? These things are about to happen. We ain't got that much time left, right? World War III, all that, the Charagma, all that. Go ahead, priest.
Add to your point. Also, you got these devils going into hyperdrive too. That's why you have Project Warp Speed, to where they're trying to fast track Agenda 2030, because they know, according to Revelation 12:12, they have but a short time, man. All right, so they're trying to make this thing happen quick, to where they don't have to wait till 2030 to bring these things in, man.
Right. Yep. In turn, if I may get a quick precept, just to add to the brother's point, Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Because at the end of the day, when these devils, they put out these actions that they're trying to take of Project Warp Speed and Agenda 2030, it coincides with the will of the Lord pursuant to Matthew 24:22. Mm-hmm. The Lord is shortening the days for the elect's sake. Mm-hmm. He's literally putting it in the minds of these elites to, all right, let's kick it into another gear.
That's right.
Right. Yep. These devils don't have that much time as they think they do.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I would say these devils don't have the amount of time as these average everyday sheeple think they do. Because a lot of our people are sheep. They think that this isn't going to happen in their lifetime, right? They think this won't happen into their kids' generation. Well, the scriptures speak against you, man, for that mindset, for that problem that the Lord is preparing to cease pursuant to the book of Ezekiel, the 12th chapter.
That's right.
That's right.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, right? And these devils know that their time is coming to an end, man. All right, so they're trying to prolong it by bringing in this new world order, but it's not going to work for them, man. All right, and you're gonna face heavy resistance all the way until it's time for Yahweh to return to smack you devils off the throne, man.
That's right. That's right. I just want to read this from this blog that we had up here dealing with the globalist smart cities, right? Just this part highlighted in the blue. It says the smart city will have a circular economy, which means that no one will own anything. The smart city will have Internet of Things, IoT, every appliance in your home and life will be online and monitored. They can shut off your appliances remotely if you're not effective in your energy consumption. The smart city will have affordable housing. You will get stacked in a micro apartment. They will have sensors all over the city.
If I can say real quick, that literally what you just read is that Black Mirror episode with the dude from Get Out in it, man, where he was in that little 4x4 cell.
Yeah.
Yep. And if he had to pretty much get bombarded by commercials all day. And when he didn't have the money to pretty much go out and do what he had to do to be able to cut the commercials off, man, they would just lock him in the room.
Yep.
He couldn't do one, just be stuck in that shit watching the damn commercials. You couldn't skip them.
It's crazy, man. But this is the world. This is the world that they're pushing. This is this man's vision of a new world, man. His idea, his philosophy, right?
Zaquan,
so let's go back.
If I may add to that article that you have pulled up, that's what you see in particular happen around the city of Charlotte. You don't see any single family homes being built. Everywhere you look, it's just townhouses or apartment complexes.
Yeah. These are jail cells, man. Because like how they refer to us as goyim, cattle. Look how they do it with the cattle, man. They're locked in them little cells all day until it's time for them to get slaughtered so they can eat them, man. And that's how they want to do the people, essentially, man.
Man, it says, finishing out, it says they will have sensors all over the city. The city will be carbon neutral. If you generate too much carbon dioxide, you will get a fine. The smart city will be energy effective. Don't be surprised if they turn off your water. After all, water is a scarcity. Don't be surprised when they lower the heat in your apartment. after all the resources on the planet aren't limitless, right? So this is going to be hell, man. You know, but this is what's coming to pass. I just want to go back to this article, right? So all these are vehicles for global, how you say it again? How you say that word again?
Authoritarianism.
Authoritarianism, all right, which was we had the definition pulled up, a form of government in which the governing body has absolute or almost absolute control. Typically, this control is maintained by force, and little heed is paid to public opinion or the judicial system. A form of government in which the ruler is an absolute dictator, not restricted by constitution or laws or opposition, etc. Right? This is the new world. Anyway, let me see if I could just grab a paragraph or so out of here. I may not read it because
Sure.
you already know we're dealing with the poison pack. You know, they have more strict rules. Brothers is catching hell for just showing the name in the video, but whatever. You know, we're in those times. So you could, matter of fact, well, I'll just leave it here. You can read this article on your own. You know, you already know what time it is based off the heading of this article alone.
Yep.
Right. So once again, just wrapping it all up, this is another component of the beast system. All right. Smart cities, full control. All right. Everything tracked, monitored, complete ownership by the elite, man.
That's right.
Right. This is where it's headed to, you know? So that's pretty much it, man. You brothers got anything else you want to add in there, you know?
That's pretty much it, man. These devils just want to rule everything, man. You know, this is them flexing their God complex upon the world. And like I said in that article we had about this right here, they're declaring that they're God, that if you stand in our way, you will die. They're letting it be known that nobody's going to stop them from what they're trying to do. But Yahweh Shah is going to stop them, man.
That's right.
That's it, man.
Can I get a precept real quick?
Bring it out, brother.
It's Psalm chapter 12 and verse 2. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak. The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Who have said with our tongue, will we prevail? Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? You know, so that's pretty sad, right? The Lord, Yahweh Shai, is coming to destroy all of this, man. Right? The vain talking, the pride of these devils, man. Right? Trying to lock people into these concentration camp style cities, man. Right?
Exactly.
So he's got all the boasting and all of this that they're making. You know, the Lord is about to end all of that.
That's right.
I got one more to add to you. Psalms 31:17. Let me not be ashamed, O Lord, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous, man. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to shut you down devil's mouth up, man. All right. You're not going to accomplish your goal, man, because the kingdom that's going to have you down people in subjection is Yahweh Shah's kingdom, man. All right.
That's right. That's right. Job told us that he disappointeth the devices of the crafty.
That's right.
Right. So Yahweh Shema Shah is going to put a fork in this bullshit, man. You know, it's over, man. And how the Lord is going to end it is via World War III, nuclear destruction, man.
That's
all right. He's going to destroy this beast system, man. All right. And you top devils is going into hardcore slavery, man. You know, can't wait for the payback, man. That's what we looking for, you know. But hey, that's pretty much it. That's Quanawaf, you want to add anything in there, or you know?
I had a real quick precept.
Precept, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Okay, and that's what we see happening now. All right, the son of perdition is at work, man. All right, he's doing what he has to do. Because again, this is all permitted by the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right.
Continuing on verse 7. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, so the Lord gave this Edomite hegemonious position of authority and rulership on the planet Earth for an appointed time, but we're nearing that end. Okay, the Lord is preparing to pull the rug from underneath his feet, man. All right, that stone is preparing to heat. The stone, which is Yahweh Shai, is preparing to hit the feet of
That's
miry
right.
clay.
That's right.
That's right, brother. Yep. Yahushua is coming to take down this this revamped Roman Empire system, you know, which is being exercised through America, NATO, and the EU. All right. The power structure of Edom. All right. And I got one more. This is Psalm chapter 10 and verse 15. And it reads, it says, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his hand. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai has heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thy ear to hear. Verse 18, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the men of the earth may no more oppress. All right. So Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to destroy you goddamn devils, man. You Edomites, which are regarded in the scriptures, according to the book of Job, as a nation of oppressors. Right. Mm-hmm. So your grand ambitions are not going to be fully implemented as you think. All right. You're not going to win this. You're not going to win this war, man. All right.
That's right.
We know how the story is written, man. Okay. This beast is going to be thrown down by Yahweh Shemel Shai. Malachi said the same thing. That even though they should build, he said, I was going to throw down. And we're in the midst of what? This devil trying to build up his new world order. And Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to throw that shit down. You know? So anyway, we pray that this lesson was edifying, man. All right. We're going to close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who rule well, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Hey, shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. Pray that you were edified, man. Right. We outro. Shalom. Beautiful Akim, the water.